Hey guys, my name is Jonathan Vertsonis. Welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel, where in today's episode, what I'm going to be doing is just breaking down essentially if I was to leave my job tomorrow or start up a new career, here's what I would do, and here is the exact method that I would be using in order to get myself not just a new job, but at least just having more conversations with more people and trying to create more opportunities out of nothing. Okay, so first things first, a lot of the main reason why I made this video was basically the people that I work with on a one-to-one level and just people that I speak to in general always seem to have this same belief, I believe you can call it. Yeah, belief, we'll say. Belief will be the word for it. Just basically this same belief or this same viewpoint that finding a job is incredibly challenging. And whilst I don't disagree that the market is extremely competitive and it's extremely tight in a lot of different positions, I would argue that if you do things a little bit differently, you may get more attraction, you may get more opportunity down the track, and that may lead to you actually getting the job that you actually want in the next couple of months, and you may save yourself a couple of months. So I thought I would talk about it in this episode, some methods that I would be using if I was to start up a new job search tomorrow and I was, starting from scratch again, essentially. So first things first, if I left my job tomorrow, the first thing I am doing is understanding where exactly I want to go. Okay, that is the first and foremost. That is the blueprint. That is the foundation. That is the single most important thing. Is I need to be understanding where I'm going. Okay, you can't drive if you don't have the destination. I always believe in that. All right, and I believe that in life in general. So I would be working out first things first. Okay, what is most important to me? Okay, what is the type of work that I like doing? So for me, for example, as I specialize in medical recruitment, if I was to leave my company tomorrow, I would be thinking, okay, why did I leave this job? Okay, was it the team? Was it the culture? Was it the expectations? Was it the actual work I was doing? Did I enjoy the industry that I was in? I've specialized now in financial services and medical recruitment. Did I enjoy one or the other? I'm now doing temporary recruitment. Did I prefer permanent recruitment? You know what I mean? I'd be trying to work out all these types of things. Even am I thinking, okay, do I enjoy recruitment in itself? Do I enjoy doing interviews? Do I enjoy making calls? Like all these different things, I'd be trying to piece together a puzzle and just kind of be thinking, okay, what did I like? What didn't I like? And then I would be working on my end goal, or at least have some idea moving forward about what direction I wanted to head with my career. Okay, so that's the first thing. First things first, 110%, I'll be looking at the type of work that I want to get into. And secondly, the type of environment that I want to be doing as well. But the environment part, you'd want to be specialized, or you want to be thinking about that not so much to very start with. Like if you're starting a new search as of right now, what you should be focusing on is really just trying to work out where you're actually going. What type of work do you like to do? What type of environment is going to get the best out of you? Are you working with people? Are you working by yourself? Are you working with numbers? Are you doing a lot of talking? Are you doing a lot of listening? Like, is it a big team, small team, whatever it is? All these different types of things. Go back in time. Think about what you've done historically. Think about what drives you. Think about what you kind of dread. Okay, and these types of things are how you're going to be able to shape together your ideal environment. Okay, so that's the first thing. Okay, secondly, from a social perspective, I need to be thinking about who do I like working with. Okay, so for me, for example, I've worked 2 9 to 5 jobs. Okay, I've had 2 different bosses. Okay, one I can say I really enjoy working under, the other one I didn't. Okay, now doesn't mean that one person is better than the other or anything like that. Different managerial styles, different forms of authority. Okay, so I respond better to one way, so I know moving forward that's the environment I want to be in moving forward. Okay, I know that that's the environment that's going to get the best out of me, so that's where my focus is going to be moving forward. Now, obviously, you can't tell, you're not going to read a job ad and they're going to be like, this boss is really strict, this boss is really nice, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to do that. Okay, everybody knows this. But you get a feel for it as time goes on during that interview process. But secondly, that's just the first thing I'd be focusing on. The second thing I'd be focusing on is the type of person I want to work under. So then I can start to create a picture of the type of environment I want to work in. Okay, that's the second most important thing, is the actual work you're doing and the people you do it with. Okay, a third point as well, maybe this one's a bit more for the more senior people out there, but you know what, for myself as well, it's actually quite important as well, is that working from home piece. So I would be trying to encourage people to understand what they really enjoy about their work and what they don't. So for example, I love my job. Okay. Now, if I had to go into the office 5 days a week to do my job, I'd still enjoy it. Okay. But the the idea that I can do my job from home 2 days a week is an extreme selling point. Okay, the idea of knowing that people more senior in my company can work from home 24/7, all right, is a selling point for me. That's encouraging. Okay, I still think I'll always be going into the office, whether it's 1 to 2 days a week. I always think I'll do that anyways because that's just my own preference. I like working around people and I think it's good. Okay, however, for other people out there, they may just want to work from home, okay? They may like that idea of just being able to work from home 1 or 2 days a week. These things may be important to you and they are very important for what you need to be factoring with your search moving forward, okay? So if you know deep down you hate going into an office 5 days a week, don't apply for a job that's just going to have that, okay? Now I get it. Don't get me wrong. Beggars can't be choosers. I get that whole thing. People say like, oh, but there's nothing out there. I need to get something over nothing, blah, blah, blah. 100%, I get all of that. But just keep these things at the back of your head so you can just try to create that perfect job and then peel back from that rather than just aiming at a million different spots and going nowhere. Okay? Now, for the more practical side of things, okay, I would be setting aside 30 to 45 minutes a day to just apply for relevant positions. Okay, I would be going on LinkedIn, I would be going on Google, I would be going on Google Seek, I'd be going on Indeed, whatever job apps you use, and I would just be going through the tabs. Okay, every single position that is relevant to the work you want to do, go for it. Okay, that's what I'd be doing straight off the bat. 30 minutes a day, bare minimum, non-negotiable. Apply. Okay, then I would be also then setting aside time in my day to reach out to people, whether that's connecting through LinkedIn, whether that's, this is another part as well actually, but I would be then setting time in my day. I'll mention my next point next. Another thing I would be doing in my day is I would be reaching out to people on LinkedIn. Okay, I will be trying to build relationships. I will be trying to ask questions. Okay, understand the companies that I want to work for. Look at the people working there, whether they are senior or whether they're on my level based on experience, and try to understand what these people prioritize in an ideal type of candidate, okay, or an ideal type of employee. Okay, I would then also be trying to connect and network with these people in their companies in the HR department or their talent acquisition teams who are responsible for the hiring, so I can get a first-hand feel as to what these people prioritize in an ideal candidate. Okay, now I'm not going to these people begging them for a job. I'm just telling them, hey, I really like your company because of X, Y, and Z. What does someone like me need to do to be seen as an attractive type of candidate? Or what are the qualities you guys see in an ideal type of candidate in order to progress them to the next stage? Or what is a shared common quality that you already see amongst the staff in my department that I want to specialize in? You know what I mean? These are the type of questions I'd be asking, and these are the type of people I'd be reaching out to. Okay? The next thing I would be doing is once I'm applying for jobs, calling the agencies, calling the companies, introduce yourself, do something different. Okay, the biggest thing I emphasize to every single person that I work with, okay, it doesn't matter their experience, it's simply the fact that in order to get more attention, you need to do things differently. Okay, as a recruiter, if I see that you've submitted an application, okay, it's just a resume. You are just a piece of paper, then there's another piece of paper, then there's another piece of paper. Okay, those 3 pieces of paper are 3 different people. Okay, but I know nothing about these people. I just know what says on that piece of paper. Okay? Now, if you give me a call and you introduce yourself, you try to understand a little bit more about the position, I get to know you a little bit better as a person. Okay? There's no unfair advantage. It's simply you saying, hey, I'm interested in this position. What are you looking for? You know what I mean? And I think the most important thing is that I would be really trying to emphasize to people with their job search is that you don't want to focus too much on the outcome of just getting the job, okay? Getting the job is the end goal. Everybody agrees with that, okay? And it's very important, don't get me wrong. But you don't want to just focus on that end goal. You need to focus on the process on getting there. Focus on the experience of getting on the phone to people and having screening calls, having job interviews. Even if you do bad in it, just get comfortable with the idea of speaking to somebody. You know what I mean? Getting asked a hard question, going through a tough interview, but bouncing back from it. Okay, that's what's super important. Okay, that's the growth. And then the more you do that, the more you chip away, the more you're able to create yourself the best version of you for the right opportunity when the right job offer comes around. Okay, it's about getting the reps in and getting the experience. Okay, so I would be calling any company that I'm interested in working with, I would be ringing them directly, introducing myself, getting a feel for the position, understand what they prioritize. Okay, and just see if there's an opportunity for you to have a 5-10 minute phone call with them over the next 7 days. That's it. Just have another call, have another conversation. Just create that familiarity factor. Okay, guys, create that bit of familiarity with them because that's how you create a warm lead. Okay, it doesn't mean the very first 30 seconds you talk to somebody, you're drilling into them that you need a job and you want to work as soon as possible. They know you want to work. Otherwise, you wouldn't be reaching out to them. Okay, so I'd be doing that. I'd be getting on the phones to these companies that I want to work for and that I'm applying for and introducing myself on the phone so I can stand out from all the other applicants. I'd also be reaching out to recruitment agencies. Okay, get on the phones to recruitment agencies, introduce yourself, tell them your problem, be as specific as you can be. Okay, being specific sells. All right, I was trying to think of the word for it. I forgot my English sometimes. Being specific sells. Okay, the clearer you are in what you want, the easier it is for the recruiter to know where to place you. Okay, so get on the phone to these recruiters, tell them what you want, tell them where you specialize in, tell them your strengths, tell them what you're not really so good at, what you're not comfortable in doing. Okay, let them know your perfect picture so they know specifically what to look for you with. Okay, get on the phone to these people. All right, that is pretty much just the basic foundation. I could go on for ages about this, guys, but this is what's most important, is you guys taking that initiative and standing out with your job search. Okay, I know, guys, it can be seen as scary. All right, the majority of students that I have that I work one-to-one with, they will tell me, Jonathan, I get nervous calling up people, I get nervous messaging people. What if I'm a burden? What if I'm annoying? Blah blah blah. Okay, I get it, trust me, and I hear you. All right, I mean it. Okay, but you need to understand something. One, you're reaching out. Okay, you don't know if they want to get a message or not. Two, if they tell you to go away, then you go away. Okay, if they give you some solution on the phone and they say, yeah, look, just do this instead, do that instead. That's fine. Okay, but until then, don't talk yourself out of something. Don't reject yourself. It's their job to reject you. Do not reject yourself. Okay, go out, make it happen. All right, guys, this is just a foundational approach to it all. Obviously, there's a lot more to it. If you are interested in learning more about it from an implementation side of things, feel free to click the links below if you want to work with me on a one-to-one level or learn more about what I'm doing in general. I hope you guys got some value from this video and you guys enjoyed it. I'd happily go into more detail on another episode. I hope you guys enjoyed again. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.